welcome back to another episode of Steele Talkin Sports. My name is Jay Steele, and let's get talking. Welcome back. This is a surprise Wednesday edition of Steele Talkin Sports. I'm going to be talking the PGA Championship that starts tomorrow on Thursday at 7 a.m. So let's get talking really quick. Let's give out some picks and some ideas on how we can make some money on this PGA Championship week. Okay. Don't know what happened there, but it looks like we're still recording. Okay. Where was I? Obviously here, the PGA Championship week, this is being played at Valhalla Country Club in Louisville, Kentucky. The course is playing as a par 71, 7,609 yards. There's 156 players in the field, and that is what we got. Reports are saying that it is going to rain possibly today and a little bit tomorrow. So course conditions are probably going to be a little bit softer, which for major championships means that rounds 1 or 2 we'll probably see some really low scores. And then by the weekend, once the course dries up, the PGA will make this a tougher setup so we can get some nail-biting competition towards the end. I don't really know much about this golf course. The last time that the PGA Championship was played there was 2014. I do know that Rory won in kind of deciding fashion. But, you know, golf has changed a lot. The players have changed a lot. The equipment has changed significantly in 10 years. So they've had to increase the distance on some holes. In reports that I've read, they haven't made a ton of changes to the golf course. It's really just narrowing of some fairways and, maybe shrinking a green here or two by some square footage. But let's jump into the favorites for the tournament, and then we'll move on from there on what seems like a good or a bad play to make for this week. What's going on? This is weird. Okay. Scottie Scheffler, number one player in the world, is the odds-on favorite at plus 450. Rory McIlroy, second player in the world at plus 750. Xander Schauffele plus 1,400. Jon Rahm plus 1,600. And Brooks Koepka plus 1,600. And we'll throw him in there because he's on a hot streak right now. Ludwig Åberg at plus 2,200 to win. Gonna be honest, picking a winner for a PGA Tour event when there's 156 guys in the field is obviously, it's a long shot. You've got to get one pick right out of 156 players. Not good odds to get it right, but there are other ways within golf tournaments to make some money. If you wanted to play like a safer play, you can look in the top 20 range or the top 10 or the top 5. Those are some markets where you can get good value for a guy who's a little bit further down the list. So you can find some good nuggets a little bit further down the list that's not like your top dogs just to win the tournament as well. So if you were looking at one thing that jumps out to me, Colin Morikawa, he is 7th on the list to win the tournament at plus 3,000. But for him to make the top 10 is plus 275. I like that number. That seems like a doable achievement. Also, Colin Morikawa won the PGA Championship at TPC Harding Park in San Francisco a few years ago. And he is also an Open Championship winner as well. So he definitely has the experience. I think his game has been in form as of late. He's been at the top of a lot of leaderboards. So he is somebody that I would pencil in for a top 10. My probably favorite pick of the week for anything you want to do, top 10, top 5, winner, is going to be Max Homa. Max Homa, he's been on the cusp of the big win a number of times. He's won the Genesis event that's Tiger hosts. He's won the Wells Fargo before, not this year, but in I think last year was the one he won. Max is a solid player. He has all the shots in the bag. I think this is a week that Max succeeds. So I would like Max to make the top 10 at plus 300, Max to make the top 5 at plus 650, and then Max to win at plus 3,500. I like all of those numbers. So that would be something that I would keep my eye on as well. Scrolling a little bit further down the list to some more long shot odds. Justin Thomas, this is being played in his hometown of Louisville. I definitely think that he's going to get up for this tournament. I don't think the pressure is going to get to him. I think more he's going to feed into the energy of the crowd, which will be enormous for him. He will have tons of fans out there that know him personally from high school days and his years growing up there. So I would think that Justin is probably going to have a really, really good week. Justin to make the top 10, plus 400, to make the top 5, plus 900, and to win outright, plus 5,000. Those are some really, really juicy odds. So, yeah, I mean, if you just want a preview, if you put $5 on Justin Thomas to win, that's $255 coming back. Again, if you put $10 down, that's $510 coming back. That is a nice payout if you want a long shot at the PGA Championship winner. Another guy who's been kind of the talk of all golf podcasts right now is Ben On. He is in the top 5 of driving accuracy and driving distance on tour, second to like Rory McIlroy. So that is a guy that's kind of flying under the radar, but he has the game to be able to compete with the course and go low, and he makes a lot of birdies too. So that's what you want. Ben On to make the top 10 plus 450, top 5 plus 1,000, and outright winner plus 5,500. A little bit further down the list, Jordan Spieth still looking for the elusive PGA Championship to complete the career Grand Slam. A little tongue-tied. Jordan is at plus 6,500 to win the tournament, plus 1,200 for the top 5, and plus 550 for the top 10. I don't know. Jordan's kind of like a back and forth player where like he gets hot and then it gets cold. I have a feeling that he could have a really good week. He said in his presser that it wouldn't surprise him if any of these weeks coming up that he puts it all together and he's in contention. I like the confidence there. I just don't know if he can put it together for 4 rounds. I really like watching Jordan play, but when he's talking to the golf ball too much, he's usually not scoring well. The only other guy that I really like, and this is even a super more long shot, is Tony Finau. Not playing the best of golf of late, but he's a guy that he can overpower a golf course. He hits the irons really well. If he can putt somewhat decently, he's going to be in the mix. So Tony to win the tournament plus 8,000, top 5 plus 1,400, and top 10 plus 600. Those are the guys that stick out to me. Obviously, you've got the 5 or 6 favorites up there at the top. They're the ones playing the best golf in the world. Don't be surprised if any one of them are at the top of the leaderboard come Sunday afternoon. But also watch out for Colin Morikawa, Max Homa, Justin Thomas, Ben On, maybe even throw a Sam Burns in there, Jordan Spieth, and Tony Finau. Those would be guys that I would hone in on, whether you want to go top 5, top 10, or even you can go to the top 20 markets. You're not gonna bring back as much cash in those, but if you want a safe play to make just a little bit of money, like for example, Colin to make the top 20 plus 120, Max plus 130, Justin Thomas plus 175. Ben On to make the top 20 plus 190, Jordan Spieth plus 240, Tony Finau plus 260. So all of those guys that I just mentioned to make the top 5 or top 10, they still have really good plus odds in the top 20 market. Colin Morikawa is the first guy on that list that is a plus odds for the top 20. Your next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys above him are all minus odds. So you're laying money to win 100. With Ludwig Oberg being the shortest odds at minus 105 to make the top 20, and Scottie Scheffler at minus 450. So the odds makers think that Scottie is pretty much a sure in for a top 20 at minus 450. You'd have to put up $450 to win back 100. No, thank you. He is playing really good golf, but you could make money on Scottie Scheffler in another way if you wanted to. Like take his, go to like tournament props or round props. You can get Scottie Scheffler's, first round score, probably under 70.5 or 69.5. I don't know. But he makes a lot of birdies. He will probably go low. So yeah, don't bet Scottie to make the top 20 at minus 450 is what I'm saying. If you want to look at something to make some money just on round 1, I like to do this. You go to the matchups tab on DraftKings. It'll show you basically the tee time pairings or groups. They'll be playing in groups of 3. So you'll have like golfer A, golfer B, and golfer C. You pick which one will have the lowest score between the 3 of them. I like doing that on a regular basis, but also if you wanted to pick like who's going to be the end of round 1 leader, this is something that like all of these odds are super juiced because it's a crapshoot. Nobody knows who's going to be leading the first round. A lot of times it's a guy like way down on the list that if you were lucky enough to pick him, you probably made a ton of money. But even if you wanted to go chalk with Scottie Scheffler to lead the first round, that's plus 1,400. Dude, I mean, you put down $10, you win 140. Like that's a pretty good start to the tournament, and you're not even betting on the winner. You're just betting on Scottie to lead round 1. I kind of like that. He's known to go out and shoot a low number. Wouldn't be surprised about that. Obviously, all the guys favorites to win the tournament, they're up there at the top. But like, look at a guy like Justin Thomas. Like I said, it's his hometown tournament, plus 5,000 to lead round 1. If you just want to put $1 on that wins you 50. Put a $5 down, 255. So that would be something that it's very intriguing. The hometown kid to lead the tournament after round 1. What a buzz that would cause. Yeah, that's an interesting play. Yeah, I mean, that's in addition to that, DraftKings has a ton of Tiger Woods specials. You can, will Tiger have a bogey-free round? Will he make a hole-in-one? Will he make or miss the cut? That's an interesting tab. The make, miss, cut tab Tiger to make the cut is plus 165. He is an underdog to make the cut right now. I don't know if he has the stamina with his repaired legs and back to walk this course. I have heard it is quite hilly, which does not bode well for him. On the opposite side, Tiger to miss the cut is minus 225. So if you don't like Tiger this week and you think he doesn't have a shot to make it to Saturday, you have to lay 225 to win 100. And then, of course, DraftKings has a make the cut parlay. Some of the favorites you can get closer to plus money odds if you combo those guys together. But that being said, there's a ton of things as far as like a golf tournament goes that you can bet on. There's way too many things for me to talk about in this video. But one of the other interesting tabs is the winner without Scottie Scheffler. I just think it's interesting that there's even that tab. It indicates that he's reached the echelon where he's kind of by himself right now. He's that good. He's in a league of his own. But there's, Scottie just had a baby with his wife. Congratulations. He said in his press conference that the baby was born on Sunday. The baby was born on the 8th. Mother's Day happened, and then his wife Meredith's birthday was Monday. So he's had an eventful 5 or 6 days. It is expected that he could probably have a little bit of rust after being off for 3 weeks, waiting the birth of his child. So there's strong reason to believe that anybody else is going to win this besides Scottie. But if you like that market, there's a tab on DraftKings. It's under tournament lines, winner without Scottie Scheffler. But for my plays, what I like, Colin Morikawa, top 10 at plus 275. I like that. I also like the Max Homa plus 300 to make the top 10. And I'm also going to be on Max Homa to be the winner. And I will throw in Justin Thomas top 10 as well at plus 400. So if you're writing this down, Colin Morikawa top 10 at plus 275, Max Homa top 10 plus 300, and Justin Thomas top 10 plus 400. And then my winner for this week is going to be Max Homa at plus 3,500. Alrighty, that is all that I've got. I wanted this to be short and sweet because it's just the PGA Championship. I'm not talking basketball or hockey. We did pretty poorly on Monday's episode. I went 2-2 ATS and basketball and 1-3 with the over-unders. And then that was for Monday and Tuesday. And NHL, I went 1-3 in the spread and money line combos. So not off to a good week. I did hit a player parlay on the Mavericks Thunder game, so I made a lot of money that I lost. But we'll try to get back to the winning ways. That is going to wrap up. I think this is episode 10. We'll call it 9.5 since I'm doing it on a Wednesday and not a Monday. And it's golf and not basketball. But regardless, thank you to anybody who listens. I appreciate the support. Please like, follow, and subscribe here on YouTube at Steele Talkin Sports. Follow me on Twitter at Steele_Talkin. And we'll be back next Monday. I'll be talking more playoff basketball, more playoff hockey, and we'll just keep this podcast thing rolling, okay? Thank you to everyone, and I will see you next time.